We just have to talk about how degenerate April's been, and it's literally day 2. Shit's fucking crazy. that's literally the best way I can say all of this. April's been pretty nuts. In today's video, we're just gonna take a look at how every single anime derivative is literally pumping, solely due to Azuki. It can be short and sweet. My thoughts, my opinions. You guys already know what I think on derivatives. There's room for degenerate plays, and with that being said, I'm just baffled, dude. I hate this shit. I hate when derivatives pump. I'm just gonna be honest. The gains you could possibly make off these derivative pumpings, I'm not talking about $50,000, $100,000. I'm talking about a couple grand, because to some people that is life-changing money. A couple grand's a lot of money. How I think this is going to unfold, the long-term, short-term consequences, outcomes. I'm just going to keep it real raw with you guys, because if I wasn't, I'd be doing a disservice to you, to myself, and anyone who ever stumbles across this video. Going to be a lot of information in this video. Enough yapping from me. So Azuki's sitting at 29 ETH4. If we take a look at the activity, these motherfuckers are flying and have been flying. We got above 30 ETH sales. Pretty much they broke the $100,000 threshold. One Azuki sold for over fucking $500,000. That is absolutely nuts. Over this last week, we've seen Azuki go absolutely insane. We're going to look at the last 2 weeks, because I think the last 2 weeks give us a much better perspective on everything going on in terms of the anime narrative that is being set by Azuki. So pretty much if we go back to March 21st, the average sale was around 13 Ethereum, and keep in mind this is the average sale. Most were selling around 8 to 12. That was the floor. Overall though, it's a sought out collection, so obviously we had those individuals who were paying a little bit more for some Azukis. Up until the 29th, average sale of 19. There's Azukis flying for a little bit more than 20 Ethereum. Huge spike on the 30th, where the average sale was around 28 Ethereum. Now we see that the average sale is around 37 Ethereum. Along with this, we've seen the something official airdrop from the Azuki team, which is selling for around a 4 Ethereum floor. We had the Azuki meetup in LA. Pretty much from Azuki having this insane rally from 8 Ethereum to 30 ETH. This has caused a ripple effect on all the other anime derivative projects that have followed Azuki. What I talk about in this thread is there's that one blue chip, there's that one project that ends up doing very well, sets a new narrative. From that, all these derivatives are formed. Usually the derivatives fail, but that does not mean in the short term that they have good pumps, good price ranges, and you can actually make a pretty penny. I just talk about my opinions on everything, what's going on, and in this video I'm going to explain this thread a little bit more clearly. We need to take a step back and understand why is Azuki at a 29 Ethereum floor. The very first important factor for this project as to why it's doing well is the community. The community is through the roof. They're very tight-knit. Everybody loves to be a part of the Azuki community. You don't have a lot of paper hands or flippers. You do have people who are pulling profits because they probably need them, or they are just pulling profits to pull profits. But overall, the Azuki community is very tight, very close together. You do have the ratio of holders to items over 50%, which is beautiful to see. But the reason Azuki does so well, the number one reason why it does so well, is because the community is so tight. I literally preach this in every single video. When you invest in the teams that genuinely build, have good communities, in the long term, you're going to win. That's just how this game's played. That's how you win in this game of playing NFTs, buying NFTs, trading NFTs. So what you need to understand is when there's a new narrative set in terms of Azuki, an anime narrative that was set by Azuki, because Azuki was the first anime project to come out that really saw success, really saw a tight community form with people staying together. Azuki NFT Twitter is super tight-knit. You can see there was obviously work put into this project. The art style is very unique, simplistic, aesthetic looking. When you have all of these factors combined into a project, and it's something completely different from the space had not seen anything remotely close to Azuki, that is when the new narrative, the new trends, the new blue chips are set in motion. 3 collections we're going to be talking about is Akuma Origins, Muri, and Kiwami. Kiwami is obviously a straight Azuki ripoff, a straight Azuki derivative. Muri, very similar to Azuki in the sense of the actual art style. Additionally, we also have Akuma Origins, which is, we have not seen the artwork for this project yet, but it's also following the anime trend set by Azuki. If we take a look at Akuma Origins activity over the last 7 days, it was chilling at a 0.18 average sale. Now with a 0.62, the floor price is around 0.8 to 0.9 ETH. It's been jumping back and forth. Murray's been hanging out for a little bit, but if we take a look at Muri over the last 7 days, it's actually decreased from around a 1 Ethereum sale on March 27th, bottoming out around a 0.73 ETH on the 1st, and now as you can see Azuki picking up more steam, picking up more momentum. The average sales of Muri collection is also increasing. Kiwami Genesis pumped to a 0.7 ETH floor because of the Azuki momentum. You can see just a week ago their sales were around 0.13 ETH. Azuki picking up more steam, going to 30 Ethereum. People believe that, oh my god, there's an anime trend, there's an anime narrative. Anime projects are making you money right now. True. Pumped to about a 0.81 average sale on the 30th. Bottom back out around 0.51, and now we're seeing an increase to 0.77 Ethereum again. What's the purpose of me showing you all of this? I preach I hate derivatives, but with derivatives, there is huge opportunity even though you are against what is going on. I said this earlier, what happens is there's one project that defies what's going on in the NFT space, whether it's a pixelated meta, play to earn meta, animal meta, anime meta, land meta, whatever is going on. There's always going to be a one project that defies that current narrative, and if that project does extremely well, meaning it breaks around a 5 ETH, 6 ETH, 7 ETH floor, and becomes a blue chip and holds those new values, those new floor levels, then a narrative is set. And if that slowly increases in floor price, then there's going to be other collections that come out because they see that that one new narrative, that one new now blue chip is setting a standard, creating the new narrative within OpenSea, within the NFT market. Even though you might not agree with it the way I do, you have to acknowledge that there's opportunity with that. This is where it comes to, who cares if you're diamond handing the project, oh, the project's so freaking good, I'm gonna be a part of the Akuma origins forever. No, if you're playing this game to get in and get out, read the narratives, read the stories that are being told, read the projects that are creating the narratives, the new meta within the NFT market. Because if you follow that, you follow smart money, you follow the volume, and you buy low, and you're able to pick up on these trends before everyone else does, then you are going to see those profits, you are going to see those gains. The whole idea in this entire space is understanding what's next before everybody else does. If you're able to pick up Akuma Origins, Muri, Kiwami, and understood that, hey, Azuki's pumping right now, I believe that other people are going to flood their money into other anime projects because the one blue chip is doing extremely well, breaking Mutant Ape Yacht Club's floor level, then obviously you're probably going to see some profits in terms of flipping and getting into narratives and stories before everyone else. So the whole idea of this video is you guys need to understand that if you read between the lines, are able to pick up on certain trends before the rest of the market, then you have a great opportunity to make some profits, make some ETH, and get ahead of the curve. Obviously, you're not going to be right 100% of the time, but the more time that you spend within this space understanding that there's new projects that set narratives, set certain momentum for certain ideas, then you're going to be able to make some money, pull some profits, be ahead of the rest of the market. Because if you're in the NFT space in terms of flipping and not long-term holding some projects, then you're going to get burned every time if you're not able to pick up on these storylines, pick up on these leads. I personally had a very hard time doing this at first. You need to understand the hardest part of NFTs is when to sell and understanding narratives. Once you are in the space for a little bit and you understand the narratives that are unraveling, the stories that are yet to be told, that is when you see the greatest success. It takes time, it's not easy, but the more you practice, the better you get. It's like playing poker for the very first time. You have no idea what the fuck's going on the table, you have no idea what your cards mean to you, but as time goes on, you understand that those two cards that you're dealt, if they're a good hand to play, if you possibly have an edge on everyone else, if your hand is better than everyone else's because you understand what your two cards mean versus the rest of the table versus the flop, it's the same way for the NFTs. You need to understand what you're looking at before everyone else does. The short-term meta right now is anime. What I have to say, in the short term, this is probably going to make you profits. In the long term, these derivative projects never compete or break the project that sets the narrative. You need to understand that. All these projects that follow the specific narrative set by that new blue chip, that new project that defied the odds, defied the current narrative, defied the current meta, none of these projects will ever break that new founded blue chip. In the short term, that does not mean that there's no opportunity. It doesn't mean that you could read between the lines. Moreover, the only way I possibly see any type of these projects lasting in the absolute slightest is if they bring a new utility, new value that has not yet to be seen. It's something completely different no other project has ever brought, or they execute some type of mechanic, some type of innovation completely better than any other project has done before. So in the long term, I personally believe that these don't see any success. In the short term, it provides an amazing opportunity if you're able to get ahead of the curve and understand. If you're buying right now at 0.81 Ethereum, I don't suggest doing that. I don't believe it is a good price range. Right now, there's just a lot of hype, a lot of momentum because of the Azuki pump. Everyone's looking at anime projects, wanting to throw their money at the wall, hoping it sticks. But majority of these people right now, if you're buying around at 0.81, you're most likely going to get burnt. Because once these post-reveal, it always dumps, and that goes for any project. As for collections such as Muri's been holding a decent value. They probably have a good community behind them. I've not jumped into the Muri community completely, but the fact that they're almost a month old and they've been retaining their levels is a good sign. That's also solely due to the Azuki pump. Once Azuki starts leveling out again, will we see these collections hold their value? It's up in the air. I highly doubt it, unless, like I said before, they bring something new completely to the table or execute something better than any other project has done before. That's all for me on the anime meta. That's all I got for you guys. Follow me on Twitter at bets_blockchain. If you guys want any alpha, any of my thoughts, always hit Twitter first. Make sure you guys turn on the notification, sub, hit the like. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Feeling April's gonna be a crazy month for NFTs. As we can see, it's already day 2 and we're seeing some parabolic gains, some parabolic activity, unlike March where it's kind of a stalemate. Nothing was really going on. Time will tell. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys on Twitter. Peace.